Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
And hello and welcome to this OTB special for the weekend of the 13th and 14th of June 2026. I attended the World Miniature Hobby Show and Malcolm 2026, which was held in Penang. What made the weekend even more special was it was a large contingent of Aussies who came across. So shout out to all those guys over there. They had a fantastic time. Some of them were actually judging. A lot of them were just entering the competition, but I think that all will agree that it was a really, really great weekend. And indeed, some of the people actually extended the time there and went on to Singapore or further other places in Malaysia to have a travel around and make a bit of a holiday of it. So it was a really great weekend. It was even more special that we could all hang out together and have a good long chat, many laughs over some beers. The actual intent wasn't to attend the show to do some recordings per se. I was just trying out a new piece of equipment to see how that works rather than lugging around huge microphones. I've now got some lapel mics and I wanted to see how they worked. So it was really just for me to go over there and have a good time, enter the competition, enjoy and look at all the fantastic models that were on display. But I did manage to get a few interviews in the process, so I'll just play them further on in the show. Okay, before we go any further, let's have a word from our wonderful sponsor, Scott from the Scale Model Supply.
Are you looking for top quality paints for your next project? Then look no further than the Scale Modeler Supply. Hi, I'm Scott, and as a passionate modeler myself, I've spent years creating the SMS product range, designing them specifically with a scale modeler in mind. We've worked extensively to develop our acrylic lacquer paint range to not only be airbrush ready straight out of the bottle, but also to be very easy to use so that anyone of any skill level can create professional results with minimal effort. Just give the bottle a good shake, pour into your airbrush and spray at 15 psi. So dive into your next project with confidence, knowing that you're backed by one of the finest hobby paints on the market. Head over to our website scalemodeler.com.au to check out our full range and to find your closest retailer.
G'day bitches, coming to you live from the World Miniature and Hobby Show and Malcolm 2026 Southeast Asian Miniature Show and Model Competition in Penang, Malaysia. And geez, I've got to say, it's really exciting to be here, and I've already gone through and had a look at some of the stuff that's on display, and it is simply amazing work. Primarily, it's I want to say it's a miniature show more than anything else. Certainly, as you'd expect for a Asian show, lots of Gundam available for viewing, and also a lot of not so much models as much as dioramas and science fiction type stuff. So it's really quite impressive, and the setup is, if for our American listeners, you'd be very familiar with this type of thing. It's very close to what they do IPMS Nationals, where you've got a convention centre hooked up with the convention centre. So it's just an easy walk across the Aero Bridge from your hotel into the convention centre itself. The main thing is that there's quite a lot to see in regards to vendors here. Huge amount of vendors in which they've got a lot of stuff for sale, a lot of stuff that's on display for things that you don't perhaps see in the Western area of the world as much. But certainly some big presence from well-known companies, as you'd expect. For example, AK have got a huge presence here at this particular show. The vendors are laid out in a style much similar to a normal convention, in which you've got a rows all set up with specific marquees all set up for the particular vendors. And gee, I've got to say, they're doing an absolute roaring trade at this point. So it's really, really, really spectacular actually. And so far I'm quite impressed. The display of all the models is on the far side, separate to the vendors. And it's surprisingly sort of small layout. I would have expected it to be a lot larger, but I think that's just because the show's become so popular that it's now almost sort of pushing the boundaries of their capacity. And I think for next year they'll certainly have to look at expanding that. So yeah, well, the judging starts today on the Saturday and goes through until about 6 p.m. tonight, and then they actually open up the contest areas for the general public to walk through. Now, between now and then, you can actually walk around the outside of the model displays and have a look, but you can't get really up close. So it'll be really interesting to see getting in there. And I know it's actually going to be swarmed. The place is packed with people. It's heaving at the moment, absolutely heaving with people. And certainly the traders are doing a roaring trade at the moment. Anyway, I think we'll have a look around to see if we can catch up with some well-known identities and some not so well-known identities, and maybe have a chat with them later on. Additionally, as you first enter the convention centre, as you come in, there's an area where got some local model clubs who put on some displays, and as you'd naturally expect, these particularly good displays of the models are certainly top quality, and you'd expect to see them in a competition. They're that good, but it's good to see local model clubs here showing what they do. And of course there's a very large Warhammer contingent here as well, showing off a lot of their armies, which also have a exceptional quality as well. The age of the people coming through is really mixed, but certainly heavily swayed towards the younger end of the demographic, with a lot of younger people and particularly younger men and women as well, I must say. There's not so much the old white man over 60. It's certainly around the 20s and 30s and 40s. Opposite the model display, there's a large stage which has large TV screen, and that's where the the demonstrations are actually taking place throughout the day, with a range of different people showing different techniques for different modelling genres. And it displays, anybody can just come along, stand, watch it play out. It's not in a separate area as such. It's easily viewed by everybody sort of walking around within the convention centre, and makes for a nice backdrop and frame to the actual show that's taking place. So I'm with Andrew from AC Models, all the way from New Zealand.
New Zealand, thank you, yes.
Mate across from the ditch.
That's the one, yeah.
I want to say over on the East Island.
Yeah.
You call us the West Island?
The West Island, yeah.
Mate,
So-
you've come a long way to go to a model show.
Yes, I have been to attend the Penang show before, but many years ago, and I've just come back to join the expo again after a break.
So AC Models, you're mainly sculpts?
Yeah, they're all freehand sculpts.
Yep.
I do a little bit of turning for various weapons and things on the lathe, being a fitted turner back in the day.
Right.
And most of it's hand sculpted, hand rendered, a variety of scales and busts, and of groups of tank riders, various groups of vignette-sized figures.
The stuff here is absolutely phenomenal, your sculpting stuff. So, do you want to step us through the process, how you sort of choose a subject and then sort of bring it to production?
Well, the first thing to do is do your research thoroughly.
Yep.
You have to know your subject.
Yep.
And from then you can start working out a a basic composition. From there you wire the figure. Take your time when you're wiring the wire figure.
For the payment or later?
Keep going.
Okay. So I once the research is done, an idea is set, and you make your wire figure. Take time on the pose, because it'll show through the drapery.
Yeah.
Whatever you do on the wire will come through in the putty. So the thing is to take your time with the pose, and slowly build it from there. So
just stepping back, do you sculpt in like clay or something like that first, and then do
well, you can do a basic rough. I do a sketch sometimes.
Right. Okay.
But basically, I put all the effort into the now.
Yeah.
So you're working in the now. So I don't really do a first rough figure. It's always a start from in the now, as it were.
Right. And then once you've got your figure and everything, do you then transpose that to do into a mould? Or?
Yes, what I do is as I build the figure, I will cut and key certain parts for the sake of the mould. When I start moulding, you have to prepare, you have to think ahead how you're going to mould certain parts as you build the figure. So that means taking the arms off, or a leg, or a weapon with a hand moulded on it possibly. Helmets and heads are all separate.
Because they're very fine. There's a lot of fine work in there.
The trick is to use smaller tooling. I have a very basic set of tools, a knitting needle from the missus, don't tell her that, and various fine pointed tools.
Yeah.
They're very simple, there's nothing complicated about it really.
And of course you get into production and then on for sale.
That's right. Once you've done the actual exciting part about it is the first casting that comes out of the mould.
Yeah.
So then you see it as faithfully reproduce whatever you've done, and then I get quite a kick out of that. So, and then I use two systems when casting. I have a vacuum system first to degas the resin.
Yep.
And then after they quickly go into the pressure pots around 53 psi. Bit more than a car tube tyre pressure, and that will crush any small bubbles in the extremities like fingers and ears and noses, and you'll get a way better casting going that way through the pressure piece system as well.
And you've got a significant range as well. I mean, how many do you have for sale?
This is the thing, you just don't know what's going to sell at any given time.
Right.
So it's best to follow your own whim on subject matter. World War II Germans always sell, Napoleonics and Romans, those are the three mainstays of the hobby. But I like to go for different stuff, quirky stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that's not, look at the market and go for the gaps. And I like to do that and do Indochina, French Foreign Legion for a change, say.
Yeah.
I spent all of January sculpting 4 to 6 figures in 1/16 of Legionnaires, and so that's a late war German parachutist. So,
and your American World War II stuff is just absolutely divine. It's just,
thank you.
The detail you've managed to get into these pieces is just incredible.
That's just taking your time with the folds. Starting with there's two ways to go about your putty. Well, you can either start it when it's really fresh or wait till it tacks off a bit, and your folds will fall into place. It's like yin and yang, positive and negative.
Yeah.
When the two come together, your folds are at peace, and when the eye runs down, you'll see no fold, or hopefully anyway. So,
dragging all the stuff from New Zealand.
Yes.
That would have been a lot of fun.
I had 2 carry bags full of kits. I have about 75 kits on average here.
Right.
So the pricing is another thing too. I have to adapt my prices to local currency.
Yes.
So I can't overcharge like I would in a normal Western.
The market here supports a different level to what it does elsewhere.
That's right. I have to adjust my prices to suit the local economy.
Yeah.
So And then you'll get a lot of people looking, tyre kickers. They'll look first and then come back the next day and possibly buy something too. So, but that happens at every show.
So you mentioned this is not your first time in Penang for the show?
I was here 3 times before.
Right.
And
They're an old hand at it then?
yeah, back when they were just establishing themselves. So there was about 100 people or so back of vendors.
So you've seen the show grow from its early roots through to,
Into what it is now. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fully fledged now, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It's expanded really well. So
It is. And you did some judging today as well? You were judging today?
I did some judging, yes. So we did the freehand sculpt section.
Right.
Amazing. There's some absolutely stunning stuff there, from beginners to advanced.
Yep.
So that was exciting and interesting. I've learnt a lot too. So from the other panel of judges.
And the level of competition there?
Well, there was one outstanding one that was far beyond the others.
Yeah.
So that was an easy choice, you could say.
But from what I saw when I was putting my model in yesterday, just the range of techniques and competition is pretty strong.
Yeah, 3D is becoming stronger by the day. So the freehand sculpt will always have a place, but it can coexist with 3D and digital, but 3D will only get better.
You see yourself moving to 3D one day, or do you set in your ways?
I think I'm a bit long in the tooth for that, eh? But I might have have a look at it and tinker with it maybe.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Andrew, if people want to track down and have a look at your stuff, where can they go to find that?
I have a website, acmodels.co.nz. I'm on Facebook.
Yep.
Social media, and the website's pretty much it. That's the 2 forms of contact.
And do you ship around the world as well?
I do, yes.
Perfect. And you happily take shekels,
Oh,
New Zealand dollars, US dollars,
we take
whatever.
all currency, yeah.
Mate, it's been awesome having the chat to you, and
thank you. I
thanks for
enjoyed it
taking the
too.
time out, and I hope you have a really good show.
Thank you very much, Dave.
No worries. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, now with June Fane Pei from, it's called Zimmy Model.
Yes.
And Zimmy Model is the new company that is, I want to say, umbrella company for Drammy, Kitty Hawk, Panda, Toucan, and the old Dragon. Is that correct?
Correct.
Wonderful. So, do you want to tell me a little bit about what's happening now with the reorganisation and what you're hoping to bring out to market?
As we all know, we acquired Dragon's modes, most of the military model kits.
Yes.
And we are starting the beta version of reducing reproduction, some model kits, very classic ones. The first one coming out is KBZ70. It's already on sale. And we also have our sub-brand like Panda for the land equipment, Kitty Hawk for the air, and the Toucan for the accessories like 3D parts for all the other kits. So now the plan is to reintroduce very famous Dragon SKUs back to the markets with very cheap price, and also with some modification or improvement.
So earlier on when I had a chat to you, you were saying that just for the start, you're not going to be redoing the moulds or refixing them, but what you're going to be doing is adding some like 3D parts, just enhancing the actual model. Is that correct?
Yeah.
In the short term?
Yeah, for selected SKUs, for example, KPZ70, we add 3D printing the weapon station.
Yes.
With the metal barrel. That's all new parts, which is not included in the original kit. And for the future, we will also, only for some selected SKUs, we will do some improvement like this. And we will do our best to fix the molds.
Particularly excited about Kitty Hawk coming out because they had some really good kits. A few problems with some of them, but they had some really good kits. So you've taken on the entire brand of Kitty Hawk?
Yes, we have the Kitty Hawk, all of it.
Very good.
All the molds.
Yep.
And we have a lot of in stock. We are repack the Reeboks into our new box arts.
An example of that is the little bird that came out last
the little
year.
bird
Yes.
last year, and this year we are adding, for example, this one we have the machine guns add-on.
Yep.
And for the coming following SKU for the little bird, we'll have the 3D print figures.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and we will continue this way to bring some old Kitty Hawk model kits back to life.
Right.
And
right.
also we noticed, we recognized the problem of the old molds. We will do some, as you can see in each box, we have some new tooling or new fixing for the old molds.
Yes.
We will do these fixings before the product coming out. That's why we are not selling it very fast for all the stuff we have. And we also have the future long-term plan to develop new products under this brand. So it will continue to have a new airplane coming out. For example, the AE6B.
A lot of modelers were disappointed when the A6s disappeared and there was nobody else producing them. So it's quite exciting to hear that you've got plans to bring that to market again.
Yes, and we are also doing collaborate with our sub-brand Toucan.
Toucan,
It's
yes.
a 3D decal
Oh, okay.
for the cockpits.
Yes.
So you can. It's actually the decal, but it's with the 3D buttons on it and with the colors.
Yes.
And it will be much cheaper than the QS ones.
So that'll all be packaged in the actual
Yes,
mold. So
exactly.
instead of having to go and buy the 3D cockpit, it'll all be in the box when you buy it.
Exactly.
Perfect. That sounds really good. Going back to the Dragon models, because there's some really old stuff in here. So you're looking at still bringing all these back and still producing all of these?
Yeah, that's our plan. But it will be a long plan.
It's a long plan,
Yeah.
yes. Because you have a lot to choose from as to which ones you're going to bring back.
Exactly, and do a lot of research.
Yes. And of course, I noticed too, Dragon were famous for their 1/350 scale ships. So hope to see a lot of them coming back into the marketplace as well.
Yes.
Very good. Do you have any sort of new stuff that you can tell us about that you're excited to coming to market soon?
Coming to market, we can talk about some land equipment like AFE. We are doing the new. We are doing some very exciting new combination. For example, this one.
Oh, right, the Giant arrives. So it's a
K5
Landstrager
Yeah.
606.
with two King Tiger chassis.
Yes. So the artwork we're looking at is two King Tiger chassis, and in between them they've got one of those large
K5.
K5 guns, almost like a Dora gun, which so that looks very exciting. When do we expect that to hit the market?
It's already testing.
Oh, sorry, testing. Excellent.
We are introducing the new whole metal barrel because the old Dragon only have half of it.
Yeah.
You have to cut some plastic. It's not very frustrating.
Yeah.
So we are doing the whole as a metal. So it's very big.
I think we were talking about earlier on. You were saying that a lot of your the old back catalogue you're going through and looking at bringing metal barrels in and new resin parts
Yes,
as well.
yes.
That's the first thing you do. Very good. Well, that's really exciting to hear. Really exciting to hear. Obviously, you can be concentrating on any particular ones first, or you just going with the most popular brands.
What do you mean, pardon me?
So you're looking at doing like popular brand things first, like Tiger tanks and that,
popular.
or
Yeah, we will try to select the popular ones.
Yeah.
As long as we can have all the modes prepared and fixed. Because some of it we have to fix it to do the reproduction.
yes.
We will reevaluate everything and to try to have all of them available as fast as we can, because a lot of SKUs is missing from the market for a very long time.
Yeah, for a very long time.
We try
Yes.
to introduce it as fast as we can.
Very good.
And we also have some new tooling, brand new tooling things for example, the Chinese new generation tank
Oh,
and
okay.
supporting vehicles.
Yes.
That's the Type 100.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. They already have two brands already did this, like tokens and the border. But,
Yes.
But we are taking the Panda brand for that because Mr. Chen is a big fan of Chinese equipment.
Yes, yes.
And we will do everything we can, and also the recently exposure on the CCTV, the new I say AFE is a viewed AFE with 8 viewed.
Right, okay.
We have those also in production.
So when these new models come out, will they come out under Zimmy model or will they come out under Drammy, Panda, Kitty Hawk or Toucan? So is Zimmy going to be the brand that people will look for?
Yeah, every new thing, for example, the Type 100 Chinese tank,
Yep.
we are under Zimi.
Right.
But all the others, for example, Panda, we already have Tunguska.
Yep.
It's already under Panda, so we'll keep the Panda.
Keep it the Panda,
Keep
yeah.
it the Panda.
Okay.
And the stuff from Dragon and Zimi combination will under Drummy.
Yep.
And all the airs will under the Kitty Hawk.
Yep.
And this is for token is for the accessories and the add-ons, 3D printing parts.
Well, it sounds like a very exciting future for Kitty Hawk, Toucan Panda, and the old Dragon, which is now Drammy, going to be under the banner of Zimmy models. And if anybody has any questions, they can go to www.zimmymocel.com. Is that
No,
spelling
no,
wrong?
It's a misspelling.
Okay, so it's Zimmy
typo.
Model, ZIMMODEL.com. Well, thank you very much for talking on the show, and I really
Thank you.
appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate the chance and the opportunity. Thank you very much.
No worries, thank you. And of all the people you meet in Penang, of course, come across Jado from Spec Mod. How you going, mate?
I'm good, mate. Thank you.
That's good. How you enjoying the show?
Mate, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This is my second year here.
Right.
It's just so much bigger and better than last year.
Oh, really? Is it now?
Last year I was blown away.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
The venue is... The area here, just for the display models, was the area that was probably the whole of last year.
Okay. Wow.
So now we've got the whole area of the model display.
Yep.
And then behind us all the venue for
The vendors and everything.
vendors
yeah,
and
yeah.
sellers and displayers.
And spilling out into the foyer as well.
And also in the foyer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have
you're
club
right.
displays out in the foyer as well.
Sorry?
Club displays out in the
Yes,
foyer?
club displays. The Malaysian, I think it's the Penang Model Club.
Yes.
They've got a very impressive
Yeah,
display.
they do.
Yeah, and they're a great
do.
bunch of guys too.
So you got something entered in this year?
Yeah,
or?
I got 3 pieces.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done any well considering the level of painters here.
I know,
But
it's very
it's-
daunting, isn't it?
It is, but you know what? I'm not here for that. I'm here to just have a good time, chill out. You know, I sort of go that if you're going all that way,
Yeah.
regardless,
Yeah.
just put a few pieces in anyway. You never know.
Now, some of the judging's still going on. They've been going for nearly 6 hours now.
Yeah, it's a long haul for them.
It is.
It's a really long haul.
So you got to think, oh my God, if they can't get a consensus within 6 hours, there's must be a lot out there on the tables.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was sort of trying to get a peek of what they were holding and looking at. I didn't see them holding mine. So.
No, I haven't been bothered. I just brought something along just to compete, just to be part of the process, you know,
Same.
have fun, yeah.
I came here with 0 expectations.
Yep.
So I'm not going to be disappointed either way.
No, you're not.
So,
So
it's fine.
plans next year coming back?
100%.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm slowly wrangling my way into the judging panel myself.
Oh, okay.
I don't care what I judge.
Yeah.
I'm not fussed. They can put me in a subject I don't know. That's probably better because then I'm judging stuff that I don't know about. So you're only judging it for what it is in your hands, rather than if I was looking at figures, because I might be, you know, prefer Vikings or medieval over
Well, just
World War
quietly,
II.
you're not a bad figure painter yourself, are you?
I do all right, but I'm definitely no world-class painter.
Oh, well, we'll see tomorrow whether
We'll
that's
find
true
out.
or not.
Look, if I crack it, I mean, first year I came, I thought I had a good piece.
Yep.
And I got slayed.
Wow.
So I'm not going to be disappointed, like I said, either way.
Just the intensity, though, of, I mean, I was watching them set up yesterday, and the concentration on their eyes as they're putting their pieces out on the table, quickly fixing bits up, and
Little brushes.
yes, yep.
One guy actually had an airbrush with a little canister of air. It was literally just going
Every speck of dust.
and just blowing it down as well, and then hit it with a little brush.
Wow. I mean, well, it makes a big change from other shows I've been to recently, where you go there and there's a model being entered and it's got about 6 years worth of dust on it. I mean, what's the point?
Yes.
What's the point?
And you've seen that at shows in Australia where you
You
go,
do.
like, you could have cleaned it before you put it on the table, mate.
At least make an effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a couple of pieces in the historicals, just in
Right.
the standard category.
Yeah.
And then I also I took a gutsy turn trying to show Kelvin Tan
Ooh.
that I could do a little 35th scale military
Oh, that's a big
type
call.
vignette,
Big
which is
call.
a massive call. He challenged me to it a while ago. He goes, oh, you should do one then if you've done them before. So I gave one a go, just with a stock standard out of the box plastic Tamiya figure.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to go anything flash. But I sort of took it as a compliment because someone actually asked me, is that an Alpine figure? I went, well, it means I might have half painted it decently at least.
The strength of the show is definitely the miniatures, though, isn't it?
Miniatures because
and
you've got so many categories
Yeah.
of miniatures.
Yeah.
You've got your fantasy, your anime, your historical, and then both categories have got their standard and masters.
Yeah.
And then Gundam's pretty big. Looking
huge.
Looking like you almost 2 tables worth,
Yeah.
3 tables
Three
worth of
tables,
Gundams.
yeah. And
Plus
the chocolate
here
block.
as well.
And the chocolate block.
And there's this Gundams everywhere. It's a sea of colourful plastic.
It is. And
So-
the youth of the crowd is here as well. It's very refreshing to see.
Yeah. And what
So
I
many
like
young
too,
guys.
you got
So, but there are still your traditional models. There's your aircraft, your ships, your armour.
yes.
Not as strong, not as large as, say, a European or a North American or even, dare say, Australian show. But
Nah.
but because you're in Asia, that's where the strength is in figures and
figures and miniatures
Yeah.
are the big strength here.
Yeah.
And I noticed that last year too. And I've got to admit, last year when I put my thing on the table, and then this young Asian girl come up next to me and opened her little box and pulled her figure out and put it on the table, and I just went, nah. I've got no hope. It was just amazing. It was just amazing.
Well, tomorrow we'll find out, I guess, what's
That's
happening.
right. But like some of the pieces you see are like Aussies could come here and definitely be competitors.
Oh, yeah,
But then
yeah.
there's other pieces you just look at and you just go, nah, that's world class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. No, like even looking across at the figures, those big Korean looking things in the glass cabinets.
They're huge for
They're
a figure.
massive.
Yeah.
And like that can either be doom or gloom. That could either be, joy or gloom.
Yeah.
Because the bigger they are, you
Yeah.
got to make sure that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
100% spot on.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just ruin them.
The other thing I noticed too, and it makes me a little bit nervous, is that the judges quite happily using enhancements for the eyeing, looking at the models.
Yes. I've always been against that. If you
Yeah.
can't see it with your own eyes,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't be judging it because you're looking at it 10 times the size.
Yeah. So I was a bit surprised by that, but I guess I don't know. That's the way they do it here. So when in Rome,
Do as a Roman to do.
exactly right. Well, it's good catching up with you, mate. I dare say we'll meet again in November.
Yeah, I'll be at Canberra.
Cool.
So I guess we can always have a little chat there and whatnot. But always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure having a chat to you,
Jono,
blokes, and
always
supporting
good.
the On the Box.
And of course, Jono
On the
from
bench.
Spec Mods.
Spec
Always,
Mod Models.
Yes, and of course Ian will be there this year, so the whale will be there for you. He'll fund you for the next couple of years.
That's
He'll fund
right.
your retirement.
So no, it's been a great show. Well, I think I needed to recover the funds that I've spent here.
yes. Yeah. Well, I'm off to the US after this in about
excellent.
3-4 weeks' time.
Excellent.
So that'll be really enjoyable.
Well, have fun with that. Make sure you put plenty of info out of it when you
will.
get there.
All right, mate. Thanks very much.
Pleasure.
Catch ya. And sitting down next to Calvin Tan now, watching him at the AK booth. while he does a bit of figure painting. How are you, Calvin?
Well, all good. Are you enjoying the weekend?
Enjoying the weekend, having a fantastic time. So, AK at the Penang show, what's happening there?
Well, we are doing a couple of product demonstrations here.
Yes.
I think Ruben is doing the quick gen markers as well as some of the groundwork accessories.
I watched Ruben yesterday doing
yes.
that. Yes. Yes.
Yep. So we can see it's a very, very easy and product that aimed at the entry-level modelers. So what basically entails is that he just gives some of the models a grey primer, just so that it's a bit of a tooth for the quick gen to come in. So the quick gen product is actually an ink-based product.
Yes.
It's very translucent, but very, very deep, very rich in terms of the pigmentation. So it is just only a layer or one pass of this marker, and it uses the translucency to create the depth, highlights and shadows. So it's very convenient.
So
and the
it's
best
like
part about it, yep.
It reminds me a little bit of like what they call speed wash.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's very similar.
Yes. So they're the new quick markers from AK, and as you take the pen out, at the back you've got a little pump so you can pump it through.
Yeah. So yes, that's an agitator.
Yes. And the brush tip can be cleaned and still keeps its point after many uses.
Yes, correct.
It's a really great product. So how long has that been out in the market now?
Sorry, I think that's quite new. Just recently, about a couple of months out in the market. I think we are probably at the beginning of this year, if memory serves me right.
Yep.
Yes.
So AK have a very big presence here at the Penang show. It's AK's first time here?
No, we have been here a couple of times.
Okay.
This time, I think for us, the scale is bigger.
Yeah.
And I think we also have Kirill as well, demonstrating the use of the 3-gen paints as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Very good, very good. And have you actually done a presentation yourself?
Oh yeah, so
demonstration.
So for the last few days, I've been introducing to the public my flesh tone painting skin tone set, painting skin tone made easy set.
Yes.
So the operative word here is easy.
Oh,
That's the main thing. So it's targeted at a lot of people who are finding great difficulty in painting figures, and especially getting very realistic skin tones. So it's actually what you call that a curated process in which within a short amount of time, least amount of paint, you can get a pretty decent result.
Painting figures is something that terrifies me, especially because of the skin tones.
Yeah.
In Canberra last year, you did a demonstration up there.
Correct. Yeah.
And I was talking to some guys who came out of that, and they were actually raving about it. They said the way you do it and the way you teach it makes it almost idiot-proof.
Yes. Yeah, you can put it that way.
You can. Yeah.
Well, I think for me, right, I always maintain that every master was once a student.
Yes.
So I recall how difficult it was to being a student trying to learn figure painting.
Yeah.
And back in the 90s and in the late 90s, I was trying to teach myself, trying to model closely to my heroes. And in fact, that's so difficult because you do not know who to follow.
No, you don't.
And sort of along the way, you sort of find your direction.
Yeah.
And find your groove.
Yeah.
And through the years, I've sort of tried to simplify as much as possible.
Yeah.
To sort of the Japanese have a term called kaizen.
Right.
Which is to seek continuous improvements.
Yes.
And in this case of improvement is to reduce the redundancy in terms of the steps. And that is what led me today into developing this very unique skin-toned paint set.
Because when you do a figure like a soldiering uniform or something like that, it's not the colour of the uniform that is daunting, it's the actual skin tone. Because if you look around now, the humans that are walking past us, everybody's got different shades of skin.
Yep.
Even within their face, they've got different sort of shadows and everything. And back when I was like 11 or 12 years old, you just get some pink and just paint that with pink, and that would be it.
Correct. Yeah.
And of course you can't do that now.
Well, it depends. It depends on your expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
and what you hope to aspire.
Yeah.
So this skin tone set is more like an introduction. It's a quick fix. I mean, for a lot of people who say that I want to build a diorama,
Yes.
I'm not going to like compete in a figure painting contest.
Yes.
I just I got 20 characters in my diorama. I want to get painted well.
Yeah.
And up to a decent standard that helps me carry the story.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the product is targeted at those people who are only looking at figures as part of a bigger,
Yes.
what they call that, scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is that the box over there?
Yes, they're right at the end there, that's the box there.
Yeah.
So in all there are 6 colors.
Yep.
And it's divided nicely, three gen paints which are more opaque. Heavily pigment paint. It's built for opacity and coverage.
Yep.
And the other 3 are relatively new paints introduced last year. They are called the Quick Gen paints. The Quick Gen are basically an ink-based paint, as you can see in front of us. Yep.
Yep.
Very, very dark, very deep. So we use that for shadows. So
Right.
the 3 gen paints, we use that mainly for highlights and the base colors. So this is almost like the Quick Gen almost serves like a sauce.
Right.
It goes over the stick.
Yes.
So you can see it from that sort of from that perspective. It helps to add depth. So what you have in terms of the 3 gen, it's pretty pastel. The colors are very dead flat, but they don't have the sort of depth that the Quick Gen can offer.
Right. So do you start with the flesh tones? Do you start with the dark first and then come lights?
Well, it depends. So
Because
usually,
it sort of goes the opposite to how you normally paint. Normally, when you're painting, you start with light colours first, and then
Yes,
move
correct.
to the dark. Yeah.
Well, it depends because if you start from something dark, the reason why I start from very dark is so that the shadows become visible.
Yes.
So you when you look at observe where the paint deposits,
Yeah.
you'll know that these are the shadows, and immediately you can determine where the highlights and the shadows are going to go.
Right.
Where the midtones are going to go. So what you have a very within one step, you conveniently sort of establish a roadmap
Yeah.
of where you can place the
Yeah.
highlights and the
Yeah.
midtones from there.
Yeah. Very good.
Yep.
And have you been enjoying the show apart from sitting having to do all this work the whole weekend?
Well, I've lost count how many times I've been here. I can only say that I only missed the show once.
Wow.
Since it was first established in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we have very more or less entered into the 10th year.
Yes.
Of this show.
And
Yeah.
it's certainly grown. Well, you've seen it grow over the years.
Yes, correct. So it used to start out in a small little ballroom in a little hotel.
Yeah.
Grew to a larger hotel, and today we are in this very big exhibition area.
Huge exhibition.
Yes, correct. And a lot of walking room, a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of traders coming from China, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea.
Well, it's so well placed. I mean, because pretty much it's slap bang in the middle. So Europe's only about 12 hours away.
Yep.
Australia's 8 hours away. All of Asia is on the doorstep.
Yep.
So
And we have a couple of Americans here as well.
I really haven't come across any Americans yet.
Yep.
I come across a couple of Kiwis, which surprised me, but it's really central for
Yes.
the world to come to.
I think in terms of the longitude, I mean, you get all the way from north, you get Beijing,
Yeah.
and Hokkaido,
Yeah.
all the way south to like Auckland and Christchurch.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's not that far for them to jump on a plane and come across.
No,
is it?
I think the thing is that it's still within the same time zone.
Yes.
So they don't suffer the sort of jet lag if you were to travel on the latitude, right?
Yeah, it's only 2 hours difference for me back home in Melbourne.
Exactly,
So, yeah,
exactly,
It's really good.
yeah.
It's really good.
So you take a flight in the morning, you reach in the evening, you get a dinner.
Exactly right. The only trouble is the humidity is killing me.
well, humidity is killing everybody. So it's not a unique situation. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
yeah.
not.
It's either you freeze to death, or you get roasted, or you get steamed. In this case, you
But
get
see,
steamed.
when it's cold, you can always put more layers on and get warm.
Well,
you can't do it.
Well, with heat, you can always jump into the water.
Well, that's true. I've spent 2 days. I've been in the pool twice
Well,
so far.
I mean, it's the other way, right? You always go into the water, right? I mean, the Japanese have a solution. They have sauna, so they have like, they have geothermal energy, so they go into the saunas. Even the monkeys in Japan,
yes,
they go,
that's true.
They go
That's
into
very
the
true.
thermal springs as well.
That's very true. So I'm off to the US in August.
Wow, cool.
You got any plans to come across the US at some point? Because I've got a huge audience over there.
I know, but the problem is that right now it depends on where AK is going to send me.
Right.
So
If you're listening, AK, send Calvin to the US.
Well, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. For all you know, this may be the deciding factor.
It may be. It may well be.
You know, again, they will earn me a ticket to go over.
Yes. And of course, we're going to see you in Canberra this year.
Yeah, yes, I will try to make it.
Oh, awesome.
So,
Yeah.
well, nothing's confirmed yet.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to have the opportunity to interact with you Aussies again.
Oh,
I
we'd love to have you
I
down.
had a great time last year. So
Yes.
great fun.
The night times are the best times, aren't they?
Well, it's usually the case.
Okay. All right, Cal, thanks very much for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much,
No worries.
Dave.
Thanks, mate.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Bye. So here I am. I've travelled, 8,000 kilometres, and who the heck do I bump into but my good old mate Clayton Ockerby.
The maestro.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, excellent. Yeah,
Having fun
I mean, in saying that, it wasn't really a surprise that we bumped
No,
into
it
each
wasn't,
other.
was it?
No, we knew about it probably 4 months ago, but
Well,
yeah.
you're the blame for me actually coming here because we were talking about Japan, weren't we?
We were talking about Japan,
And then you
yeah.
said, no, I've changed direction and going to Penang.
Yeah, well, that came up, the opportunity to judge here and whatnot and do a demo. That sort of, got in the way. So I will be going back to Japan though, so perhaps we can talk about that for
Yeah,
next
I
year.
think so. I'd love to get back to Japan. I haven't been for the show, but I've been there many times and I'm just dying to get back there.
Yeah, well, yeah, the show will make your eyes roll back.
Yeah, I
It's
can well
amazing.
imagine. I
But
can
we're in
well imagine.
Penang, so we should
We're
be
in Penang.
focusing on Penang.
Indeed. So you said you were judging. What were
I
you
am
judging?
I was judging the armour category.
Yep.
Yeah, not by myself. There was 5 of us, I think. Yeah. Chris Lehman,
Yep.
fellow Australian.
Yep, well known.
Was there? Yeah.
Armour modeller.
Yeah. He's not a bad guy.
AKA
as long
Yeti?
as you don't. Yeah, as long as you don't get on his bad side. Very, very cranky in the mornings. But it was good. We had Byung-Soo Kim, who's a very famous armour modeller from
Yep.
Korea.
Yep.
We had Dennis, and I'm sorry I don't know his surname, but he was. He does the little pig tanks. I don't know if you've ever
Yes,
seen them.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
they're
yes,
really,
yes,
really
yes.
creative, and he's very talented. And we had a fellow by the name of Dong, and I don't know his surname. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sure he's he's next level. But it was good. It was great. The judging was great. It went all day.
Yep.
Which was a bit of a shock. There wasn't a huge number of armour category entries in the armour category.
I was surprised at how long it took.
You
You guys were in there for a good 6
hours.
hours.
I think,
Probably even 7.
I think it was more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, you sort of have that language barrier when you're
Sure.
discussing a model, and then someone would have to interpret. And but it was good. It was. I haven't judged before. I've never judged before.
First time judge?
I've never been asked.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've done local club things and that, but this
And
is
they
the
ask you
first.
for Penang for a
Yeah.
big show like this.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know, right? But it was interesting. I mean, I know the framework of how these things work with construction and detailing and weathering and presentation.
Yeah.
But it was nice to be able to critique a model with that in mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to stand there at a show and just critique something you see and you know what you like, what you don't like, and then when you take a deep dive and find some of the issues or little hidden details, even. I mean, it's not all negative. Yeah, it was nice to be able to do that, and I think it's actually going to help me with my own modelling, to be honest. Yeah.
What surprised me was the intensity of the competitors.
Yeah.
When I was watching them put the stuff on, they had little can of air and little brushes, and
Right,
they're getting
when they
every
put it
last speck of dust off
Yeah.
and the concentration in their eyes as they're doing it. And I thought, wow, these guys have really come to
not
town.
all of them, because some of the models I was looking at, you know, like the turrets had popped off the body.
Oh, really?
Like they weren't sitting
Okay.
in the body properly. It was all sort of skewed, and you know, there was a one piece that had a really nice hair on it.
God.
And I'm not going to identify what sort of hair that was.
No, okay.
But, yeah, so not all of them came with their their puffers and powers, but I definitely saw what you saw. But the interesting thing, when we were judging, that they set a perimeter up around the models, so no one could be there. It was just the judges in this area. So really, no one except for the exhibitors gets to see the model till today, which is Sunday. But you knew when you were judging somebody's model because they're literally standing on the perimeter watching you critique this model and taking photos, and then the partner would come over and the kids would come over and they're literally just focused on what you're doing.
That's a bit uncomfortable. You're not walking in the dark alleys tonight, are you?
No. It was a bit intimidating or uncomfortable. But you sort of just have to. I just turned my back and I just sort of had to try and focus on what I was doing. And but it was fun. Yeah, the judging was fun.
For our listener audience who perhaps haven't been to a show in Southeast Asia or Asia, it's very different from sort of Western shows. So in that, what you see on tables in the US or in Australia or New Zealand, you'll have a few Gundams and a few figures and lots of tanks and lots of aircraft and lots of ships. This is flipped here completely the opposite way.
Definitely.
So it's only a small amount of armour, small amount of aircraft, but what's there, from what I've seen, is spot on. On any Sunday, it'd do well somewhere else.
It's definitely overrepresented with the Gundam side of thing and the figure painting.
And you expect that being here in Asia, because that's where the base is.
But when you suggest there's not that much, aircraft and not that many armour, it's
still a lot.
And the quality armour was, we'll save that conversation for another day.
Sure.
But some of the aircraft is incredible.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But it's funny with the Gundam because that's not my thing at all.
No.
It's not my. But have you had a look?
Yes.
Some of them,
I know.
I always factor in with a model. I look at it and I try to reverse engineer what I'm seeing. How would I do it?
Yeah.
And I look at some of these and I think I wouldn't know where to start. Which that would draw me to it. And I got to say, some of that Gundam stuff and the figure painting, forget it. That's so out of my league.
Yeah, same here.
But the Gundam, I'm looking at it thinking, okay, there's a bit of shading here, there's a bit of this. It's I won't say I flipped to be a Gundam model, but I certainly feel a different level of appreciation for it after being at the show.
Having built a Zakura once, I think it's Zakuri, I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
With a round dome sort of, like a pan head sort of thing, right, with the one eye, is that right?
Yeah, that's the one, kind of.
See, you've got a little bit of knowledge.
But there's three different sort of categories. There's just plain built with no modification.
I don't understand that.
Then there's the second category is where they paint it.
Yeah.
And the third category is where you just go all out and modify it and really go to town. I look at some of that stuff and go, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying.
I'm not in that mental headspace. I think you've got to grow up watching all the Gundam or Zakura movies and cartoons to sort of, I grew up watching World at War, the TV series, and that's where my headspace is and how I approach modelling.
It's quite, the Gundams are really quite dynamic. Some of the poses they've got and the shading and,
you can't pose a Spitfire like that, can you? You can't pose a Spitfire like that or a Sherman tank.
No. But it's they're so dynamic and some of them are just so bright.
Yeah.
And some of the technique is it's really admirable. You got to appreciate what they do, whether you like the subject or not. It's so impressive. And some of those fantasy figures, I got nothing. Yeah,
no, I've got
absolutely nothing.
See, my problem is I wouldn't even know how to figure out what colours to use on it. I'd have to go and look at somebody else who's done it before and
you need a roadmap.
Yes.
Yeah, and I find that when I build the MAK stuff, I try to get creative with it, and then I sort of get stuck. Like, man, it's definitely using a different part of your brain to go down that path for sure.
And some listeners will say, I've only got half a brain anyway, so I'm already behind the 8 ball before
well, that's
start.
why I build armour. Yeah.
All right. So you've had a great weekend.
Yeah, it's been really good.
The people have been lovely.
People are lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Penang's a different headspace.
It's very humid.
It's very humid, but it's the crossing the roads that gets me the most. I've got no spatial awareness. Literally, there's no pedestrian crossings.
They're not allowed for pedestrians here. They don't cater for pedestrians.
You have to run across a 6-lane highway to get to the shop.
In fact, I was talking to Julian, and he said, I'll just walk out, Dave, and the traffic will part and allow you across. I said, nah.
I've seen that happen a few times.
Because to get from my hotel across to, say, a convenience store like a 7-Eleven, it's a 8-lane sort of highway I've got to dash across.
It's crazy. You take your life in your hands. It's good. But I mean, we're both here for the show. That's why we're here, and I think I'm enjoying it. I like the way that you walk in and there's all the exhibitors there. It's like an old trade show.
Very professional, the way it's set up, and I think there's a lot of shows elsewhere around the world where they could really take a leaf out of the book here, because it makes it a lot easier to go down.
It's a really good flow.
Yes.
And the way that it kind of moves the pedestrians around the hall, it's good. I thought there was going to be more models here. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger in terms of that, but I'm going to ask them what the final number was. Do you know what it was?
No, it's funny. I asked, and I've heard figures bandied around from 1,100 down to 800. It's hard to tell because it's so squashed on the table.
Yeah, it's so packed in on the tables. I heard a higher number. I think it was 1,600.
1,600. Wow.
But I mean, that's a lot of figures in.
Yeah.
So that adds up quickly.
It does.
But yeah, it's definitely dominated with the fantasy stuff and the Gundams.
So, what's next for you? Canberra coming up in November?
Yeah, well, I've got to do a demo in about an hour.
You can do a demo now. I'll sit back and heckle.
Doing that, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. I'll have a bit of fun with it. But yeah, that's on creating mud textures and techniques and things. So
good.
I was shaking watching Calvin doing a demo when he asked me to have a go at it. I was literally had the bloody shakes.
Oh no!
I don't know if that's lack of coffee or I was a little bit intimidated.
We'll say it's lack of coffee.
Yeah,
that'll be a start.
Yeah, but no, he's a good man. But yeah, I'll be up on the stage at 12:15, and
I'll come and watch. And we got Canberra in November.
Canberra in November.
So we'll catch up there.
Yeah, that's always a good show. And hopefully we get some of the international fellas make their way out.
Good. And you're obviously doing a bit of filming while you're here as well to put up for an episode.
Yeah, I'll definitely try and get. Well, not try. I'll get something. There'll be something on the channel. It's just a matter of collating some photos. And I keep cooking my phone, so there's not going to be a lot of opportunity to photograph in there today. I believe it's going to be shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, I had a good crack this morning with some photos.
So I had to quickly jump on photo, and all of a sudden my phone says, no, that's enough.
Really?
Yeah, shut itself down because it was too hot.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, I'll put something together. It's just a matter of how quickly I can get it together. Yeah. Just I'll try and do a little bit of behind the scenes and talk about the judging brief and
that'll be good
people
actually.
around the world. So not just a model slideshow.
Yep.
And I'll make sure I timestamp it so people don't get bored. They can skip to Gundam or skip off it, one or the other.
No worries. Thanks for being on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Don't forget to go and catch up with all your stuff. So you go to Workbench Hobbies at YouTube.
Something like that.
It is something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's my pleasure.
No
worries.
Always
love coming on the show, Dave.
It's good having you on the show, mate.
Yeah, and I enjoyed our evening last night.
We had a good evening last night. We had a few drinks. What are they, Tom Collins?
Tom Collins, yeah, I know that sounds...
my new favourite cocktail.
Yeah, no, it was good. I really enjoyed my evening. That's actually been the funny thing, being over here, literally in the other side of the world, like you said at the start. And there's a lot of Australians here, and we're always crossing paths. And
I reckon there's about 40 Aussies here.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's quite a lot when you consider.
Yeah. But it's just this little community, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I'm off to nationals in the US next month, and there'll only be 2 Aussies there that I know of. Me and the possum. Another guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Good. I'm thinking, should I know the possum?
I
probably know him. I just don't know him as the possum. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So it's interesting, but then again, because Southeast Asia is so close to Australia, it's only an 8-hour flight for us.
Yeah.
I say only 8.
Yeah, it was a long flight.
Yeah, it was still a long flight.
We had some spatially unaware people on that flight. So poor old Karen, my wife, suffered badly. She had a newborn baby. She kept, patting to try to sleep, and it had a little bit of regurgitation issues.
Well, I've got to tell you a funny story. I had to fly to Canada urgently for a funeral, and I paid for the bulkhead.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't realise they reserved it for all the women who breastfeed.
Oh, God.
They have the cots. So here's Dave, I'm squashed in with 3 seats with 3 women, all breastfeeding. I'm like, oh my God.
Where do you look?
I went to look and I was embarrassed. And luckily there were some other seats opened up, and the staff on the plane sort of moved them all away, so I had this place to myself. But
fair.
God,
Breastfeeding is natural, Dave.
I know, but you sort of looking up at the ceiling, and I could feel my face turning red, and I've got 10 grandkids and all that.
I'm only playing.
I've been through all that sort of stuff, but what is somebody else?
I mean, when they're so close as well.
Yes, they're right next to you.
Bumping with the elbow.
Oh dear. Anyway, okay.
We're a sad lot.
We do. Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, my pleasure.
Enjoy
Thank
the rest
you.
of your weekend.
Will do. Thank you.
Terrific. Catch you later.
Love it. See you, mate.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little snapshot into World Miniature Hobby Show and Malcolm 2026 that was held in Penang, Malaysia. Certainly an interesting weekend for me. As I said, having all the guys over from Canberra was absolutely great, and thanks, guys, for including me in all of your drinking sessions and sitting around talking and telling a lot of lies. It was a lot of fun, and certainly spiced up the weekend for sure. That's it from me, and I'll catch you all at our next episode. See you later.